Hello friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm Brian Hussar, and this is where I talk about my passions of the Beatles, music, movies, and musical theater. Speaking of musical theater, I need to do a video on the Tonys, but I think I'll wait till after the Tony Awards are done. So if any of you happen to subscribe to me for musical theater, which I think there's maybe like a couple, please wait on that. And I'm currently editing part 2 of the Beatles compilation video, and I should have that up during the week, so stay tuned for that. But if you like what you see, as usual, please click subscribe somewhere down there, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Thought I'd do an unedited video today. Went on a bit of a vinyl splurge this week, an unintentional vinyl splurge. Some things I had pre-ordered, and when Barnes & Noble is given 20% off on anything you buy on using your membership card, well, you got to take advantage of that, don't you? Also, there's some positive things that that are going on with myself and my family. Certain changes that may be happening, and why not enjoy life a bit, you know? So, but first off, Steve Miller just went and reissued his whole catalog, or catalog up to 1976, up to Fly Like an Eagle. And I have a few of these original copies on vinyl, but I wanted to get some copies that are clean. And I love Steve Miller during this period, especially the 1960s period, especially Children of the Future, Sailor, Brave New World, Your Saving Grace, and of course, in the 70s, Fly Like an Eagle, The Joker, and Book of Dreams. Great albums. I like Steve Miller during this period. Some people, there's some people that I know who say he's bland. I don't buy that one minute. I love Steve. Keep on rocking, especially since he told the truth about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when he got inducted and everything that was going on. So, right on, Steve. You know, keep on rocking me, baby. See what I did there? But I mean, Children of the Future, 1968. Sailor, 1968. 2 albums a year, like the Beatles. How many bands do that nowadays, huh? Brave New World. The first album without Boz Scaggs. Your Saving Grace. Drummer and vocalist Tim Davis' finest hour, I feel. And of course, I don't think I need to say anything about this album. I like the way they sound. I like the care that they took in the packaging. They mimic the actual labels from the time, so Children of the Future, Sailor, and Brave New World have the Rainbow Capital label. Your Saving Grace has the green Capital label with that stylized C on the top, and Fly Like an Eagle has the color faded custom label. So they were faithful to the labels. Continuing with the Pink Floyd reissue series, I had to get the compilation Relics, which came out in between Adam Heart Mother and Metal. Of course, the compilation, so if you have the other ones, you do get Interstellar Overdrive, you do get Remember a Day, Cirrus Minor, The Nile Song, and Bike. But it's good to have Arnold Lane, See Emily Play, Paintbox, Julia Dream, Careful with That Axe Eugene, and Biding My Time on vinyl. And great care obviously was in this, and of course Bernie Grundman did the mastering. And Pulse was just reissued, the live album Pulse, which I believe came out in 95. Yeah, I think it came out in 95 or 96 on CD. And they just went and reissued that on vinyl, 4-record set. That's going to be on my Christmas list because that's just way too expensive, man. Way too expensive. But when I was in Barnes & Noble yesterday, I'm a big fan of the CTI jazz label. Big fan of CTI, and I think I showed you the Freddie Hubbard discs that I have on CD when I was doing a cartoons in the house. But I can't find original CTI stuff on vinyl anywhere. It's the original copies are hard. But when I was in Barnes & Noble yesterday, and the Barnes & Noble I was at had a big vinyl section. Stuff that I hadn't seen in other Barnes & Noble. They had a nice sized jazz section. And lo and behold, Barnes & Noble exclusive, Freddie Hubbard's Red Clay, 1970, on red vinyl, mastered by Bernie Grundman. One of the things, like I said, I love about CTI is the artwork. The artwork. Just love the artwork on their records. Love it. This I had pre-ordered. This needs no explanation. Paul McCartney's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. His last truly great album, I feel, from beginning to end. New has its moments. Actually, Memory Almost Full is good as well. Just a horrible mastering job on CD. But it's good to have this on vinyl. I love this album. Love it a lot. Glad it's on vinyl. I'm glad I got it. I thought I pre-ordered the colored vinyl edition. I found out when I opened it that I didn't pre-order the colored vinyl edition. I thought that and I ordered it from Amazon because I would get it on time. And I took a look at my order and was like, oh, I guess I didn't order the colored vinyl edition. But sounds good. Sounds good. Everything's on it, including the hidden track. And it's on a single album, so they didn't feel the need to make it a double. Now, I talked a lot about CDs over the last couple of months, but I feel the need to just talk about vinyl briefly. And I probably own more records now than I did back when I was a teenager in the 80s and whatever. And I own more now. So I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I'm not going to down anybody that has a Crosley, although Crosleys are not really good turntables, and there's a number of videos out there on YouTube. There's one that really goes in depth, but it's not for snooty reasons. It's for technical reasons. If you're young, you're getting into vinyl, I recommend, Crosleys are $60 for $40 extra. If you can, get the basic Audio Technica LP 60. I had a Crosley. My wife got me one. Is what we could afford at the time. It was a birthday gift. I knew something wasn't right with it the first time I played it, but it was a birthday gift from my wife, and I wasn't going to hurt her feelings. She was very nice, and plus she was pregnant with our first child at the time. But when I did some research and my needle started to slide, that's where I discovered the Audio Technica LP 60. Just a basic platter. You don't have counterweight and anything like that. You can't change the cartridge, but it does the job until you are ready to upgrade to the Audio Technica LP 120, which is what I have. Let me pan my camera here, if I can. Okay. Yep, that's what I have. I changed out the cartridge on mine to a Shure M97. That's a really good cartridge. Although the stock cartridge that this comes with is actually pretty good, and you could get it for about $30. So if you need to get a replacement for whatever reason, it's reasonably priced. My speakers, I have it attached to my Sony CD player here with these speakers do me. They're fine for me. They're fine for me. I know that there's a lot more high-end stuff and all of that. This is crooked. But this works for me. As far as me being an audiophile, I know it sounds good to me, and as long as I'm happy, and as long as you're happy with whatever you have, that's the most important thing. And it's easy to go down a vinyl rabbit hole. And like I said, some days I love my CDs, and I have to give them love, and some days I love my vinyl. So being on a vinyl binge the past couple days, there's a lot of different ways to take care of these things. And I urge you, if you are coming across this, look up a lot of YouTube videos. You don't have to go down an expensive rabbit hole, but you could get stuff that is really good top of even midline, and enjoy it, because if it's your first experience with vinyl, you know, I recommend that you enjoy it. And a Crosley, it could it's what you could afford at the time, but do some research, and eventually when you could afford it, upgrade, because you don't want your records to get ruined, because they need to be taken care of. That's one of the precious things about them, as opposed to CDs. But you do have to take care of CDs as well too, and worry about laser rot, things like that. So that's sort of an update here. This weekend, my vinyl splurge, and showing you my little music area in my media room, my room of clutter. And I hope this was enjoyable for you. Going on 11 minutes, apologize for that, folks. And I make my videos when I can, when my children allow me. They've kind of allowed me to do it right now. My wife's in the other room, and I think she made pancakes for dinner. See you on the next one. Have a good Sunday.